Welcome back to Sonic Mania. We're in Metallic Madness Zone, which is now using the color scheme from the Bad Future.
Robotic Rage.
Which is kind of ironic considering that this is the past. I mean, I don't know. What's interesting is that, the original version of the stage, so, like, both acts, despite neither of them actually being in the present, use the foreground color scheme of the present for the original Metallic Madness. Despite the fact that Act 1 was actually, based on the past, and Act 2 was, like, actually some sort of mix between the present and Bad Future.
I like those Russian...
Like, the background itself kind of reminded me, like the Bad Future version, but, the colors used as well as the remix in question was definitely the present version of the stage.
What fucking long, leggy boy bandit is that?
The best one.
Not an inaccurate statement.
So yeah, those guys are still just as irritating as they were in Sonic CD, but Mighty makes them an absolute joke. With his immunity to spikes. If you're wondering why I ignored that, I'm trying to hold on to Tails for the entirety of the stage, something I'll get into at the end of the part. There's just something I want to show off that can only be done with Tails, so.
Okay.
Besides, we don't play as Tails often. Usually Tails is just the sidekick.
Wow.
Oh, the foreground and the background.
Yeah. Something I find interesting about that is that in the original version of the stage, the the background, like the area that's in the background, uses the foreground color scheme of the past, and now it uses the foreground color scheme of the present.
I love it when he goes into the background there.
Small boys.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, the little buzzsaw bee boy.
It doesn't take much to impress Carrie.
Not at all. Hey, you gotta enjoy life.
You know, that's a good take on life. I retract that comment as being a slight rag, and now it's like it's a compliment now.
Aw, thank you.
That feeling when your outlook on life is
When your joke backfires because they have a good outlook on life.
Definitely.
I know, like, I feel like people make fun of me for getting amusement out of the little things, and it's like, no, man, you're only missing out.
Okay, to be fair, I get amusement out of little things
You
too.
do,
Like,
and I think that's great.
I gush over minor details all the time, but I also nitpick over minor details too.
Oh, he just barfed out a little one.
I also nitpick on minor details, so it kind of goes both ways.
Yeah, that's understandable.
I still love the 3D style effect here.
Isn't it great?
The going backward into the background.
Mm-hmm. It's wonderful, and I love it. Even the enemies are mini. Boing.
Does this make this a 3D Sonic game?
Oh.
The answer is no.
Yeah, don't say yes because that's gonna make a lot of Sonic fans mad.
Well, it's also just like because the gameplay is 2D gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not to mention, this game was released in the same year as a 3D Sonic game, and it sucks. So we're still trying to get over that.
Evan, come on. You're really downplaying the fact that you can get a hat that says gamer on it.
That fucking hat is so dumb. I mean, I love it for that reason, but still.
Which hat?
You can buy it in real life, because there's just a bunch of fucking, like, replicas that have just been created.
Okay, so... if there's any criticism I have towards the bosses, it's that this boss is the most Sonic 4-esque boss in the game. Like, it starts out like
oh shit, I forgot that game existed.
Yeah, a lot of people did. Like, it starts out exactly like, the final boss from Sonic 1. But then it has a pinch phase at the end, and it's like, it's just such a Sonic 4-esque, gimmick.
Yes.
Not to mention that, despite the fact that there is a 5th Crusher this time, it's still easier than the Sonic 1 version just because you have rings. And I mean, yeah, this pinch phase seems like it'd be difficult, but then after you realize that Eggman's always the 4th crusher that comes down, it's like the difficulty just flies out the window.
I was exploded today.
You know, I'm gonna let you have that because the I was frozen today quote I actually because of the voice I actually thought that came from Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog Robotnik for a second, like when I first heard it.
Good job, Tails.
Come on, Tails. Uh-oh.
Hey!
Big jump.
Oh my god, this is one of the best songs on the game.
This is fucking...
Like, I've always, like, I never disliked Metallic Madness's theme. In fact, the present version and also the Bad Future version of the theme. By the way, this actually looks like the Bad Future now thanks to the color scheme, but, like, they're both really good songs in the original version, but this just blows them out of the water, and it's because, like, and it's really because, like, my favorite actual part of the song now has, like, this jammin' sax there.
Yeah, fucking, it's not even like a subtle jam either, like some other songs in this game. It's just like, hey.
It's this right here.
Hey, fuck you. Listen to this banger. You're like, alright, fucking, yeah, give it to me. Like, this saxophone is very, like, Sonic Adventure-esque. Like, the theme of, like, you know, Gamma, or, like...
No. You're thinking of the, second battle with Beta.
Oh, right. Well, yeah, oh yeah, you're right. Get the fucking delicious out.
That song's even called Crazy Robo, and it's super fitting.
Very much so.
But no,
Slap you the whole
that
time.
spot, like, that part of the song was already my favorite part of Metallic Madness's theme, and now it's just, like, 80 times better on account of the sax. By the way, something else I found out recently was, oh yeah, when I said you could also, get, characters back
Oh,
from
you
a bonus
missed him.
stage.
It's just fucking Tails.
But yeah.
Yeah!
There's something
You know,
about the way he
It
sits
kinda
there.
reminds me of Knuckles Chaotix.
It really does.
There you
Yeah,
go.
Crocodile.
You got
Oh
it.
yeah!
Yeah, what's going on? It's just, he was just fucking standing there. Very nice.
You guys remember during Sonic Mania when we did Metallic Madness? Well, the first time we did this one, and I said Metallica,
Yeah.
and then Gabe freaked out because he was like, "Carrie knows Metallica?"
Well, I mean, okay, it doesn't take much to know Metallica. I think he was probably more surprised that you
Oh, the
listened
fact
to
that I
Metallica.
listened to them, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's got clobbered by a Russian missile.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Bam.
There you go. Good job.
Ah, just getting left behind.
His head is so large compared to his body.
These particular sprites here in the shrink ray section are actually based on the icons that appear when you get a continue in most Sonic games.
Oh, lovely.
Like,
I love how their heads are big. It makes them look like babies.
Yeah, like when you get a continue, like a little tiny version of the character will just like appear in the corner of the screen and start flashing. Okay, now we're not. Well, Tails is always tiny because he's a kid, but
Okay.
He is but a lad.
He is.
But a Wii Sport.
Wii Sports?
Wii Sports? Wii Sports Resort?
That was the fucking good one.
Right.
I like how both those games are essentially just tech demos, but they're fucking fabulous.
you know,
Yeah, they are. They're
regardless.
great games.
The only time I ever spent anything regarding Wii Sports was actually just bowling, but you know.
Well, I was a fucking boxer.
Well, okay, like, first off, like, bowling is one of the few sports I actually like, so there's that to keep
Always
in mind.
good one.
Yeah, buy a shield.
Boyables, yum.
I feel like you were kind of building up to that, but then kind of forgot to say it at first.
Yeah. You know me, Big McTired Man.
Oh, dude,
Big
alright, hold on.
McTired Man.
Fucking story. I just remembered something.
What?
What did you just admit? I couldn't understand the words you just said.
I just remembered something.
What?
Very nice.
Funny story. So I was at a store. And there was we were shopping for cakes, and we found some cakes. And we're like, nice. And the cakes were next to the pies. Very, very standard behavior, if I have to say so myself.
You have to say so yourself.
And the motherfucking sign above the pies, because you know there's like the pies that have fruits, the pies that have whatever else you put in pies, and there was just a big ass lit sign, the only sign in the whole pie aisle that was lit up. It said premium cream pies, and I was like,
Oh! I see. Huh.
and you know.
You told this story knowing that Gabe was going to burst out laughing.
Dude, you know that whatever teenager was in charge of making that sign did that
God.
on purpose.
All right.
Oh,
By the
boy.
way, here's Super Mighty with his slight flashiness, fighting Gotcha Eggman.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
What do
Kanye.
you call, like, what,
Sharing.
is it called a cream pie? Like, a pie that has cream, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's like banana cream pie, chocolate
Yeah.
cream pie.
Are they just cream pies? That's so awkward to me. I don't know, maybe
Yeah.
that's just awkward to me. Maybe I'm just a degenerate.
Yeah, I think that's the general
Well, you just
name
kinda
for them.
blew
but
up
their
the capsule
specific
there.
type.
Wow. Big laughs.
Oh no, the power went out.
Ah, damn.
Someone forgot to pay the bill.
Dude, no. It's time for Knuckles to go turn on. Photons are actually just good.
What?
So, do you guys see Tails jumping there?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Reference to Sonic OVA where Tails reveals that he's afraid of lightning.
I'm afraid of lightning.
Like, yeah, just another OVA reference. Technically, it's also in his character bio in Sonic Jam, but yeah, but mostly an OVA reference. Tails is afraid of lightning.
That feeling when you never thought you'd stoop that low.
Oh my god. Another reference that I don't think I brought up. Mighty's idle pose shows him shrugging, which was actually based on Sonic's idle pose from the 8-bit Sonic 2 game.
Segnig.
Segnick? Is that what you just said?
Yep, Segnig.
Okay.